I'm Anise Kizelbash. Thanks for tuning in. Today I'm going to answer a question from a reader, from a lovely subscriber, for one of you. What one small thing can I do that will change my life? What one small thing can I do that will change my life? If I was to pick one small thing, there are so many things, but if I was to pick one tiny thing that you can do that will start shifting your life, is to make a tiny promise to yourself every day and keep it. That's it. Make one promise to yourself every day and keep it. Why? The promises we make for others and the commitments we make for others, our loved ones, colleagues and co-workers and so on, those promises make you a responsible person, right? But we often fail to keep the promises we make to ourselves. And often the promises we keep to others, we place them above the promises that we keep to ourselves. By not keeping the promises to yourself, you're letting yourself down. Now, why does that matter? Well, when we consistently let ourselves down, it eats away at our confidence. And also failing to keep the promises to yourself directly reflects how much you value yourself and how much you love yourself. And you're also teaching others how to treat you by the way you treat yourself. Now, I'm not suggesting that you ignore other people's promises and you ignore commitments and you just focus on yourself and just be selfish. Not at all, not at all. By all means, keep those commitments. But what I'm saying is to make tiny promises and keep promises to yourself as well. When there's a vacuum or an absence of self-love and self-respect, you end up selling yourself cheap or pitching yourself too low. So to change your life, you first need to change yourself. Otherwise, it's like to correct a crooked house, it's like moving the furniture around. That's not going to fix the crooked house. You need a complete renovation. So in order to change your life, just trying to move things around on the outside isn't going to do it. What you need to do is to completely renovate the way you think. And when you renovate the way you think, you will change things on the outside. And it's not as difficult as it sounds. According to Charles Duhigg, he's an habits expert. He's the author of Power of Habit. His findings show that you have there are lots of different habits that you can generate, but there are certain rarer habits, he calls them keystone habits, that when you shift those particular keystone habits, it sets like a domino effect. You end up making changes in other areas of your life. So you see, by developing one keystone habit of making a tiny promise and keeping it, you build your self-respect, you start developing more self-love, you start believing in yourself again, and then you set off it's like a domino effect in other areas of your life. So I'm not suggesting positive thinking, but what I'm suggesting is affirmative action. And here's how you do it. I call it the stack method. Stack your promises to yourself. And here's how. So the first step is make a promise, a small promise and a simple promise. Make it super simple. Instead of, for example, I'll go to the gym tomorrow, make it simple. Say to yourself, I will do 5 press-ups. That's it. Small and simple. 2, take note of it. 3, action. Actually do, fulfill the promise, yeah? And then after you've done it, check it off and celebrate. That's the C. Check it off and celebrate. And then 5, keep a progress report. Keep the progress. So every day you keep these tiny promises and keep progress. And my suggestion is each day you do it. Keep a calendar, for example, on your calendar. This Jerry Seinfeld popularized this method, where you have a calendar and you mark the X on the day you kept that promise, and then the next day another X, another X, another X, and soon you'll find you've got a little chain, and you don't want to break the chain. That starts motivating you as well. You can put it on the calendar or in a notebook or a daily journal. Okay, so that's the stack system of keeping tiny promises. So keep it small and simple. Take note. Always, write it down. Take note. Then actually do it. Then check it off and celebrate. And then keep a progress report so that you build momentum, all right? So, your turn, over to you. Where in your life do you consistently break promises to yourself? Think about it now, write it down, have a think. Now, what is it costing you? What is breaking that promise consistently costing you? How does it make you feel about yourself? Write it down as well. Now, how can you apply the stack system to keep that promise to yourself? Right now. Have a think right now. Don't do anything else. Take action now and do it. Get started on it. So that's my tip for you. One simple, tiny thing you can do that can change your life and set off a chain reaction that can change all areas of your life is to make a tiny promise to yourself and keep it. Doing so rebuilds or develops, depending on where you are in your life, develops self-belief, self-respect, self-love, and you start building your confidence and you feel motivated. You start kicking off dopamine in your mind. You feel motivated to change other areas of your life. And you teach other people how to treat you as well. Okay? Tell me, what is your promise you're going to make for yourself? I'd like to know, okay? I'll check up on you, okay? So write it in the comments below. And do you know anyone else who could get value from this? Anyone who's kind of struggling in their life and who can do with a little tip that could possibly change their life? If so, please share it. Let's help more people make positive changes in their life. And by, one tiny habit at a time, that's how you change the world, yeah? Okay, thanks for tuning in. I'm Anise Kizilbash, and my mission is to awaken your potential. And please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay, take care, bye.